You got to ring the group, which is what you always have to do on Skype. You always have to ring the group. And when you ring the group, usually you can ring the group. And when you ring the group, that seems to work. But I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Okay, well, we're going to do this. We are going to just grab Don and IQ, I guess. The great Don Mazzella. We'll get him in here. And we'll get IQ Al Rizzoli. IQ Al Rizzoli man. The Al Rizzoli man. Okay, let's see if we can get them in here. Having some fun with Skype today, which is always fun. Let's see what happens here.
There he is.
There we are. And then we've got...
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, IQ. How are you, sir?
I am extremely well. How are you, sir?
Pretty good, actually. Well, while we wait on our guest to potentially join us, let's start with Don. What is a big pressing issue that we should be talking about that IQ can scare the hell out of us on? Oh wait, I think our guest is with us. I think our guest may have just joined us. Holy smokes! I think our guest is with us. Holy smokes! Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
This is going to be a very, very fun interview today. I don't usually mark out, as they say in the professional wrestling business, but I will today. We have got a fantastic guest with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, then I'm going to tell everybody a little bit more about you, sir.
Okay. Well, this is Gore, former drummer for A Flock of Seagulls, the original drummer for A Flock of Seagulls, and hopefully I'm here with Jenn.
Yes, Jenn was here earlier, but then I tried to ring the group as you do on Skype, and
he's having a feedback. He's got to shut off his something's there's feedback. Try again.
On mine?
Oh, you're good now. You fixed it now. Whatever you did, you fixed it, Allie. I am a huge
with the Eagles.
I am a huge fan of Flock of Seagulls. I ran so far away, baby. And
well, I'm gonna admit my ignorance. Tell me what that was.
Explain to Don why Flock of Seagulls was such a badass group in the 1980s.
Well, I skipped the whole 80s, so no wonder.
We were one of the, the 80s was full of new wave bands, and we were one. Well, we didn't want to sound like everybody else, and we purposely directed ourselves so that we didn't sound like everybody else. But we were successful because we worked really hard. We rehearsed every night for a year.
Yes,
solid, and I'm not kidding. It was Saturday, Sunday, every day. And we eventually got a break to come over to the States, and
hi.
There we are. I think we got her finally.
I can't see myself on. Oh, I'm in a tiny little screen in the corner. How do
You're
I fix
good.
that?
You're good. We can see you, and that's all that matters, there, my friend. But finish what you were saying. You were filling us in about Flock of Seagulls, and then we're gonna go to the new release here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Allie.
Yeah, we as I was saying, we used to rehearse every night, Saturday, Sunday, no matter what day. We eventually got a break to come over to the States with Squeeze, actually. And we toured probably non-stop. I think we did maybe over 250 shows in a row, night after night after night after night. And eventually, we just drove Iran up the charts.
Yes.
By default. Yes.
So
I'm going to ask a question.
Go ahead,
How
Don.
can you do it night after night after night? I mean, coming onto the stage, getting up there. I'm always admired people that toured, 250 nights. If you think about it, I couldn't do it. I don't think Jiggy could do it.
No,
And
there's
I know
no way I
IQ
can do that.
couldn't do it.
We were young and we were excited, and as I said, Iran was going up the charts, and that just fueled our enthusiasm. And it's like, okay, see how far we can get this, and how far we can go. When we first started, we didn't really expect to have a hit record because there were so many bands around, and great bands, but we tried, and we said we'll give it a go, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't work, at least we've tried. So we were pretty successful there, and thankfully, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you guys now.
Yes.
They were so wonderful. Of course they were successful. They were amazing.
Thanks, Ben.
But what do you
You're
do for an
welcome.
encore? At some point you run out of energy almost. What happens? I'm very curious about what happens to the bands afterwards.
Yeah, well, you never run out of energy if you're being successful, I don't think. But I mean, what happened was, our story was the same as a lot of bands. We get tired of each other. So I mean, that's kind of what happened to us. We had 4 or 5 years of a good time, and after that, it's over. And you have to realize when it's over. And we did really. I mean, we were successful. We'd made some money. We'd met lots of people. Our favorite artists. We'd met them. We played with them. It was great. So that was what happened to us. I mean, we didn't fade from obscurity because we're still there. But
Well, I think that's fantastic. Now, Jenn, you are an amazing artist as well. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much. I've been performing solo since 1995, and I started out in bands when I was very, very young in the 80s, in the mid-80s, and I was in a band with a member of the Beastie Boys and Nicole Willis from Soul Investigators. And so that's basically how I got my start. But I started playing drums when I was 3 years old in my my great uncle's basement, and my cousin had a drum kit down in the basement. So I've been drumming all my life, pretty much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, you guys have a brand new project. Tell us about this project that you guys have.
Well, I contacted a friend of Ali's who I've known for quite some time, and I asked him, I said, hey, could you hit him up on email? Because I've been interested in playing with him for many, many years. By the way, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we've got you. We've got you. What we do on this program is we just let people talk, because the people are here for the guests. They don't care about me, Don, or IQ. They're here for you guys.
But can I just ask a question? Your drums. What were you? Sax, drums. What were you?
Oh, me?
No, Jim. No.
Allie, Allie, you were the original drummer for Flock of Seagulls. Jenn, what were you?
I am a solo performer. And,
Perfect.
Can you hold on one second?
Yes.
I'm in the middle of an interview right now, so someone just walked into my house.
No, that's fine.
But anyway, I'm sorry for the awkwardness.
No, you're good.
I didn't expect them to be here. I play all instruments. I play drums, guitar, keyboards, bass guitar, sing, I write, I produce, and I'm a recording engineer for many years. So, I've got my own solo thing going on. I've played with many different musicians over the years. I've played with members of David Bowie, The Cure, the Psychedelic Furs, a whole bunch of people that I admired when I was growing up. And Ali, I've wanted to play with, music since I was 14 years old. I discovered Flock of Seagulls when I was 13 in a record shop in New York City. And I heard Talking for the first time, and I was extremely excited about that. I thought it was one of the most interesting things I had ever heard. So when I saw them on MTV, I was absolutely thrilled, to put it mildly. And I knew that was what I wanted to do with my life. Flock of Seagulls is the reason I'm a musician today.
That's awesome.
I mean, no cap. That's 100% truth.
That's fantastic. Allie, one of the things you were talking a little bit about the success of Iran and everything. What did you guys think when that showed up on the Grand Theft Auto soundtrack? And it was like introducing you guys to a whole new generation.
No, we just thought to ourselves, bring it on. I mean, at that stage, we'd been pretty much broken up at that time. It's a case of, okay, the more the merrier. They're using our song, great, you know.
Hope you got some money for it.
I hope you got your bag. Yeah. That's a good bag.
It's just one of those things that you hope for a movie, you hope for you hope for Billboard, all these things, you know, and when it comes through, it's like, oh my goodness.
That's awesome. Now, Jen, tell me a little bit about this brand new music that you guys are putting out there.
Well, this single was, I was sitting in my studio and it just came to me. Hold up, the phone's ringing. I can't believe this. It's a scam call in the middle of this.
They're probably calling you to ask you about your Medicare or your car insurance, I would almost assume.
Car insurance, yes. Yes. So I wrote the song in the middle of the night, and I had been watching some Carl Sagan videos. And so I wanted to write a sort of love song to Carl Sagan. I'm very interested in that sort of thing, space and physics and things like that. So I wrote the track, and I thought, you know, I think Allie would be really good on this. Yeah. So I got in touch with his people, you know, and, you know, we have a mutual friend, and that's how we did it. And then, you know, it just happened. And we sent files back and forth. And, you know, I made a visit to Florida, but I had to come back up because of a funeral. But then, you know, we had recorded previously to that. So, yeah.
That's great. Now, Dawn.
Have you recorded it? No. But you have to understand. Your mellow is so totally alien to me. Music stopped with me with Frank Sinatra. So, so you'll have to pardon my ignorance. And I don't hear IQ jumping in here to help me out. But do you have a sample of what you've recorded so we could hear it?
Oh, it's all over the web. It's on Spotify. The video is on YouTube. Allie and I made a video.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's everywhere. Like, you just Google it, you're good to go.
So
I'm going to ask a stupid question. What's it called?
Okay. The song is called "You Are a Star," and you just search for Jenn Vix and Allie Score. You Are a Star.
That's awesome.
And I just got verified on YouTube a little while ago, so I have a check mark now.
Hey, that's great. That's great.
Oh, good.
So IQ Al Rizzoli. IQ, do you have any questions here for our guests?
No, I mean, interview today because I don't understand philosophy. I have brain dead when it comes to music. I enjoy music, obviously, but I have no musical aptitude, unfortunately.
Who is this fourth person? I don't even know who this is. Hi.
No one knows who IQ Al Rizzoli is. That's the trick. Nobody knows who he is. But he has been all over the planet, and he just recently got his green card so he can come to the United States legally and everything. I'm hoping someday to meet IQ Al Rizzoli.
Are you living in Florida?
Oh, huh?
Ollie, are you living in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. Yes, yeah.
No. So, what made you decide to stay in the States?
I'm sorry.
What made you decide to stay in the States after having a lot of success there in the 80s and everything?
Oh, my wife's from Boston.
Right, and I go up to Boston on Sundays to play in another band. So
Wow.
we're Bostonians. We have
Yeah.
that in common as well.
Oh,
I mean, I'd toured the States, for, like I said, for 2 years, 250 shows and things like that. I've been to like every state, and I just thought it was great. It's a great place to live.
That's great. That's great. So Jen, talk to me about some of the different collaborations that you've had over the years, because you've worked with literally anybody and everybody.
Well, yeah, I don't want to butter my own biscuit too much. It's just, working with them was wonderful. But I've also worked with people who are not as famous, and I enjoyed it just as much. I just like good music, and if I like what I like, and then I try to work with the people I like. And there's, Ali and I are going to do more stuff. We have plans to do more stuff. And then I have other people in the future. I have quite a shock for you now. I'm going to give you an exclusive. I am working with a 14-year-old brilliant genius songwriter right now. And this single is going to be out in autumn, probably September, October. And he's 14, so his mother has to sign. He's in Canada, so his mother has to sign off on the SOCAN papers, the copyright forms. Everything is being done legally. It's quite a process to go through. But yeah, I've worked with, Reeves Gabrels, John Ashton. I'm trying to think. There have been so many people. It's like
Yeah.
And also, I just rolled out of bed about an hour and a half ago. By the way.
Well,
I'm on the vampire schedule.
You look fantastic for just rolling out of bed, my friend. I hope us all can aspire to look as good as you do.
Makeup on, yeah.
So, you guys have got this song out there. You Are a Star. You got the video for the single on YouTube. You're getting a lot of rave reviews for this song. Tell us about some of the different reviews you've been getting.
They're all amazing, and I'm so thankful for that. They're great. I mean, I have no complaints whatsoever. Ali did a bang-up job, did an amazing job. We're running ads on it. We're getting a lot of attention for it, and it's wonderful. I can't complain at all.
Well, I have to say that the reviews that we're getting for this song, Jim, are way better than the Seagulls used to get.
Which is so unfair because the Gulls deserved,
Flock of Seagulls was badass, my friend.
Exactly.
I don't care what anybody says. Flock of Seagulls was badass. So.
Hey, I wouldn't have a career without them.
See?
Exactly. And I'll tell you, a lot of young kids today. I'm on TikTok. I'm a TikTok creator, and a lot of the kids on TikTok are very, very fond.
Oh, they're into all this.
But this music is also influencing a whole new generation of musicians. Gen Z loves Flock of Seagulls. They love them.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, if you listen to artists like The Weeknd, or you listen to artists like, there's so many new artists out there who are inspired by new wave music in general.
Yes.
And it's great. It's a hot thing right now. It's definitely out there. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you a stupid question. How do you define new wave music, and what makes it so different? I have to admit, I know nothing.
Okay. New wave music is what happened after punk. It is much more, I would say flamboyant.
Okay.
It's more about it's more polished. I love punk, and I love new wave, and I love post-punk. So, I mean, it's just it's just what happened after punk. Then there was post-punk, and new wave had also the new romantic movement. Ali knows all about that,
Yep.
obviously. So I mean, it's just a more poppy version of post-punk. It's enjoyable by a lot of people. Mainstream, I would say.
Timeless too, don't you, Jen?
Oh, that also. I mean, look, it's still going today.
Yeah, it's probably as popular now today as it's ever been. To be
Yes, that is absolutely true.
Well, where would one go to hear? I know you hear it on YouTube, etc. But performances. What are some of the palaces now that people would go to listen to?
There are a lot of places in Brooklyn, New York, Los Angeles, in London, obviously. You know, major cities. It's happening a lot in major cities.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's big tours going on with lots
Yes.
of bands cooperating together. You know, and they go and they play stadiums, they play theaters, and it's a lot of times it's but it's a lot of the members. They get the same reaction they got in the 80s or
Yeah.
Right, but there are also a lot of new bands on the road right now, or I say new, but so they've been going for about 10 years now. One of my favorites is Florence and the Machine. I think they're phenomenal, and they're going on tour very soon. So there's a lot of great new music out there, and I want to emphasize that.
all the commercials you hear on the TV, they're using.
Yes.
That is true.
You are completely correct. They and I notice a lot of YouTube video creators use a lot of new wave as like background music and things with their videos.
Yes.
So
wave and retro wave.
Yeah.
Well, they sample out.
People love it.
You've opened the door to me over the weekend. I'm going to try to see some of the stuff.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Is this echo that I'm hearing problematic on your end?
No, I've got no echo.
Okay, I've got a weird echo.
Yeah,
I got an echo.
Well, as we wrap up here, because I know we only got you guys for a couple more moments. Before we let you guys go, how do we get a hold of you guys on the web, social media, buy your music, everything?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Most people these days are not, unfortunately, downloading music. They're streaming it on Spotify.
Yeah.
I do have a 7-inch vinyl record out right now. It's a collaboration
awesome.
I did with Dirk Ivens, but it's not in the shops yet. And I may end up selling it from my website, which is genix.band. Everything, all you have to do is search for us, and it's all out there. Just go to a search engine, type it in, type our names in, type in the name of the song, and everything is there. I have a website. I have a Facebook page. I have Twitter. And yeah, I'm on all social media platforms except for Snapchat.
I'm not on Snapchat either. I don't understand the concept of Snapchat.
I'm just not interested. I mean, I have nothing against it. I'm just not. I have so many things I have to deal with. My management has to deal with. So but I'm out there. I'm on all the. So I even have a Wikipedia page now.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You're verified on YouTube today. You're all over the place, Jen. You're doing a heck of a lot.
Yes, this is what I've always wanted to do.
Well, I just did the drumming.
Well, I'll tell you, Allie, you do a hell of a job with the drumming. So it has been just a fantastic interview. My thanks to Jen and Allie Score from Flock of Seagulls. Thank you guys. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Really appreciated the time, and I definitely will talk to you guys soon. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you, guys.
You too, and sorry for the interruptions.
Oh, no. You're good. I almost had, hey, don't worry about it, Jen. I I had a Sunday show one time where someone tried to assassinate me live on the air. It's fine. It's good.
Well, at least there were no. I mean, because I don't. So, remember? Did you have the interview with the little kid that ran behind the guy? That was so funny.
Well, Jen,
This is on camera on BBC. The little kid runs behind him.
Well, thank you, Jen. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and Ali, I'll text you in a little bit.
All right, Jen. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Have a
you.
great evening.
And Allie, it was a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure too. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. There they go. That is Jenn Vix and Allie Score. Of course, Allie is from the legendary